Look, Peg, we have been over this 100 times. I don't want to listen anymore.
Oh, why don't you stick up for him? For God's sake, he's your son.
He's already been found guilty. What am I supposed to do?
Nothing. Like usual.
If he gets sentenced to jail,
Honey, let's just hold a positive thought.
Hey, watch it.
Excuse me, I'm very, very sorry.
Yeah, right. Hey, you going to see Judge Franklin?
Yes, we are.
Too bad for you. Well, Your Honor, it looks like it's time for you to retire. Permanently.
I'm Judge Robert J. Franklin. I chose the law as my way of serving my fellow citizens. As an elected judge in the family court, I pray each day that God will give me the wisdom to always temper justice with mercy.
all rise.
What you're about to see is a dramatization of an actual case in family court. Because of the emotional and sensitive nature of the issues presented here, Judge Franklin's courtroom is closed to the public. The proceedings are about to begin.
You. Be seated, please. All right, Miss Page, let's begin.
Your Honor, this is a sentencing hearing for Keith Bryan, age 16, who was found guilty at trial on 2 counts each of burglary and breaking and entering. He is accompanied by his parents, Alan and Margaret Bryan.
All right, thank you, Miss Page. Before I pronounce sentence, Mr. Hellman, would you like to make a statement?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Although this is Keith Bryan's first offense, it should not lessen the severity of his punishment. On the night of June 2nd, he broke into 2 homes in the North Side neighborhood and stole $4,000 worth of jewelry, $750 in cash, and several bottles of liquor. 2 days later, he was caught red-handed trying to pawn the jewelry. Furthermore, he has shown no remorse for these crimes. Your Honor, the state believes that the strongest deterrent for Keith Bryan would be the maximum sentence at the County Youth Authority.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Gerard, have you a statement you would like to make?
Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Hellman was kind enough to point out, my client has no prior record of any kind. Now, although we maintain that he is innocent, we bow to the court's decision and ask that his sentence be reduced to probation in lieu of jail time.
Keith, would you like to say anything on your own behalf?
Yes, sir. Like my lawyer said, I didn't do it. I found the jewels in some bushes, that's all. I know I shouldn't have kept them, but I didn't steal them. Now, if you let me go out on probation, I promise I won't get into any kind of trouble. Honest.
Well, Keith, during your trial, I had ample opportunity to observe you, sir. And quite frankly, I was unimpressed. You had no reasonable explanation of your whereabouts on the nights of the burglaries, and your story about finding the jewelry was just patently absurd. Sir, excuse me, there's a hearing going on here.
Yeah. Yours.
All right, let's take it outside.
I don't think so, Colonel. See this? And this here sets it off. So give me your gun. Now. That's a good boy. Now you sit back down over there. Move it!
Now look here, young
Shut
man.
up! The defendant will not speak unless I say so. You get away from that door. Sit over there. Not you, Zsa Zsa. I want this on record.
You mean everything?
Everything.
Well, I don't...
Look, lady, don't tempt me. You shut up and type.
All right, young man, what's this all about?
You really don't remember me, do you? Well, it's only been 5 years, Your Honor. But I never forgot about you. Not once. I was framed and you put me away.
Casey. Patrick Casey.
Oh, you do remember, don't you? You remember that I was framed.
Patrick, if you've got something to settle with me, why don't you let the rest of these people go?
Oh, gosh darn it, Your Honor, I'd really like to. But if I did, they might call the cops or something. And then I'd have to blow us both to hell. So you see, it's really a lot better for the old man if you all just stay put. What do you say, Mom? Who's that, Clark Kent?
Hey, come on, man. We didn't do anything to you. You gonna kill us, too?
Listen, kid, from what I heard, you're already on your way to jail. I just spent 5 years there. Believe me, this is a much better way to go.
You're nuts, man.
Yeah.
What do you want from us?
Something I didn't get the last time I was here. Justice. Only this time there's going to be a little switch. This time it's your trial, Judge.
Patrick, if you'll stop now, I'll promise to get you some help. You don't want to go back to prison, do you?
I'm not going to prison. I'm not going anywhere. This is it, man. The end of the road. So why don't you just climb on down from there and get in the witness stand? Please. Oh, gee, thanks an awful lot for the favor, Your Honor. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, there you go. That's nice. Now, my little buddy will stay right over here so you can all see him. And I will sit up here so I can see all of you. Now, just a minute. Ace! You touch that and I touch this. Sit back down there. You will be the defense attorney, but just like mine, you won't say a damn thing. Just sit there. You, up here, you'll prosecute. Here are your questions. Now, as you all might have guessed, I am going to be the judge. But in my court, there's only one penalty. The death penalty. Here, give this to Clark over there. Go on, Clark, let's see if you can read.
This court is now in session. The Honorable Patrick Casey presiding.
Pretty good, huh? I got all that stuff from TV. Keep reading.
This is the state versus the soon-to-be-deceased Judge Franklin. The charge is total miscarriage of justice and the screwing up of other people's lives.
All right, let's hear it for Clark. Let's hear it! This court is now in session. Remember, Judge, you tell the truth, or we all go boom.
Sales are great, but they're all local. We've got to get into new markets. We can't afford to expand, Dave. All you can say to me is no. I can't pull new customers out of a hat. Ben, that's your job.
Saying goodbye to a car you've owned for years is a lot like saying goodbye to an old friend. But if it's a Mercedes-Benz, there's always this cheering fact to consider. Over the years, Mercedes-Benz automobiles as a line have retained a higher percentage of their original value than any other make of car sold in America. And that can make the sorrow of parting a little sweeter.
Over 1,000 people throughout our nation have been suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you are one of those people who are going through that problem, then now it's the time to get help. Don't let drugs and alcohol ruin your life.
Okay, Mr. Prosecutor. Prosecute.
What's the point?
Just ask the questions, or I push the button.
Have you ever been to prison, Judge Franklin?
The wrong page, you idiot. Start with the first page.
They're not numbered.
Give me those. Should have known better. You can't trust a lawyer to do anything right. Sit back down there. You, Clark, get up here.
Then be careful.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Patrick, there is no point in putting these people through this.
I'm the judge now, not you. Here, read the question.
Judge Franklin, didn't you send Patrick Casey to jail even though he was innocent?
No, that's not true. You robbed the store and shot the cashier in the stomach.
You are wrong. I wasn't the one with the gun. The guy I walked in with did the shooting. I didn't even have a gun.
The only fingerprints on the gun were yours, and the cashier and your partner both testified against you.
Yeah, well, they framed me. They were just out to get me. It's like everybody else around here. You keep reading.
Why didn't you let Patrick Casey's girlfriend testify at his trial? She knew the truth. She knew that Patrick didn't do it, but you wouldn't listen to her. You wanted Patrick to go to jail because you like playing good.
Not good. God. Because you like playing God.
Patrick, your own lawyer refused to call the girl as a witness. That was not my decision.
Yeah, but this is your courtroom, Judgy. You can do whatever you want.
I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. Besides, as I recall, the district attorney had irrefutable evidence that she was lying.
Oh, yeah, and of course you always believe everything the DA says, don't you? You and the cops and the lawyers, you're all in this together.
No, that's just not...
Don't even try to deny it. You are guilty, man.
Why don't you let him answer?
Why don't you shut up? I told you to sit there and keep quiet.
Look, what's the point of all this? It's too late to change anything.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not too late for him to admit he was wrong.
Is that what you want, son? You want me to say I made a mistake?
Oh, no, I don't want you to say it. I want you to believe it, Judge. Keep those pretty little fingers moving. I don't want any of this to get lost.
Who are you kidding? Do you think the steno machine isn't going to get blown to bits when you hit that button?
Shut up!
It's not some kind of little black box in an airplane. You're not going to have any record at all. You're just going to have all of this.
Shut up! No, I've got a lot of things to put together here. Okay. She walks out of here. You take that little thing and you walk out before I press the button. Yeah, how do you like that?
Well, that's very nice of you.
Yeah, you stick with me, lady. It's all about who you know in this world, right, lady?
Patrick, if you're willing to let Miss Gibson go, why not let everybody else leave when the time comes?
You want to turn everything into a negotiation, don't you, Gramps? Yeah, what's happened to you? 5 years ago, I was here begging and pleading for a little mercy, a little negotiation. No, but you'd already made your plan with my partner, my good friend, my pal. How much time did he get for the same crime, huh? How much?
He got a suspended sentence, but it was his first offense and he cooperated.
Well, he cooperated, and now I want you to cooperate. So, I believe you were about to tell us about your mistakes. You know, the guys you send up for nothing.
Patrick, if you want the truth, you want to know what I really think? I have never sent an innocent man to prison.
Okay, everybody. Put your fingers in your ears. This is bound to be a little noisy.
What are you going to do?
What do you think, Clark?
Wait just a minute, Patrick. You came in here to show me that I was wrong. Well, maybe I was. Maybe I didn't take everything into consideration. Now, you have more questions there. Why don't you
You had
go
your
ahead?
chance, old man, but you just couldn't tell the truth.
Keith!
Stop right there! Keith, please! What's the matter with you? He's gonna kill us anyway. That was pretty dumb, kid.
Yeah, well, maybe you can scare my old man, but you don't scare me.
You sure about that?
Introducing the all-new Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Four-wheel disc brakes, a multi-port fuel-injected V6 engine, four-wheel independent suspension, an aerodynamic styling even the wind can't resist. In short, the new Cutlass Supreme is not Your father's Oldsmobile.
Wherever they are, Sylvania engineers are obsessed with light bulbs.
So our research team found a way to make this soft white bulb last 50 hours longer than any other at no extra cost. It was a real breakthrough.
Sylvania, where the best comes to light.
Excuse me.
No problem. We know about kaopectate, too.
Kaopectate actually absorbs the germs that can cause diarrhea.
Kaopectate, thanks. The diarrhea specialist.
We will return to the judge.
You should have seen this Whirlpool cooktop a little while ago. My husband made chili. I said, from now on, use a pot, okay? But with this smooth ceramic surface, it was so easy to clean. And in here, I found a small meteorite. My son swears it was a TV dinner. Whatever it was, Whirlpool's self-cleaning oven took care of it. Heck, the way my Whirlpool appliances clean up, I feel just like June Cleaver.
We're making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
Wednesday, Growing Pains, Joanna Kearns gives romance a second chance with John Ritter.
Something like that happened. Now I wouldn't be scared.
Hooperman. Then...
People called him brash, blunt, and bullheaded. But that was before he fell for me.
Shirley Jones loves Slap Maxwell. And
Karen is carrying my child.
He's mine, and I can't give him up. Not now, not ever.
Dynasty.
You scared yet? No? Well, then watch this.
Patrick, no. It's me you want, not them. Listen to me, Patrick. You haven't hurt anybody yet. Don't do it now. It doesn't have to be like this.
Oh, you are too much. You know that?
You say you're innocent. If you shoot him, you'll be a murderer. And blowing us all up won't change that.
I promise you he won't make any more trouble, right, Keith?
Yeah.
All right, Judge. Now, even though you didn't give me one, I'm going to give you a fair trial. We'll finish with the questions, and then I will pronounce sentence. Start talking, Clark.
Isn't it true that you tried Patrick Casey as an adult when he was only 17 years old at the time?
Yes, that is true, but...
That's enough. The witness has answered the question. Go on.
You sent a 17-year-old boy to prison. Why? Because you don't care about anyone else. Because you like sending kids to jail. You're,
Go on.
You're a senile old man who deserves to die, aren't you?
Patrick, you had several prior convictions. I really had no choice.
Oh, you had a choice. You could have put me on probation. You could have sent me to the kiddie farm.
The laws of this state say that when you commit a crime with a gun...
Those are your laws, not mine. And even if I did have a gun, which I didn't, you got no right to send a kid to prison with all those psychos. You ever been to prison, Judge? You ever been locked in a little room with a guy who wants to kiss you? Or kill you? Huh?
No, I've never been a prisoner, Patrick. But I visited lots of prisons, and I agree sometimes the conditions are deplorable.
Oh, you knew that, huh? Then why the hell did you send me there?
You want the truth, Patrick?
You want to live another couple of minutes?
Yes, I certainly do. I sent you to prison because I have a responsibility to the law and to the people of this state.
Hey, I am people, too.
I know, but the people have a right to be protected from crime and injury.
Oh, man, you ought to get together with Clark here. Truth, justice, and the American way.
Patrick, I know you're angry, but you're too young to throw your life away like this.
Oh, don't give me that garbage, man. My life stinks. Look at you. You're all set up here. You got a job. You call all the shots. Me, I got nothing. No job, no money, nothing. All I know how to do is press some license plates. Yeah, and make bombs. I learned that from the guys on the inside. How about it, Mom? That's the kind of life this kind old judge wants for your little boy there. A couple of years on the inside, and then a life sentence when he gets out.
But Keith hasn't done anything wrong.
Oh, sure. That's what they all say, right, Judge?
Mom, I did do it.
Oh, listen to this. All of a sudden, the kid is coming clean. What's the matter, Sonny? You afraid to die with a little lie on your conscience?
Yeah, maybe. I sure don't want to end up like you.
He's just a boy, please.
Patrick, you're not a killer. If you were, we'd all be dead. Listen to me, son.
I am done listening to you. This trial is over, and I have got the verdict. Guilty. Okay, everybody. Stand up and prepare to meet your maker.
Hold it! Hold it, hold it. I just want to straighten something out with my son.
You stay there, Clark.
You lied to us. You did steal those jewels.
Look, I do not have time for this. I wouldn't try it, you two. You want the same?
It's over, pal. There's only one bullet in that gun.
Janet, get on the phone. Get the ambulance and the bomb squad.
Yes, sir.
And get that ambulance here fast. Louis?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
I hope so. You're a mighty brave man, Louis. I always knew I could count on you. I just didn't know how much, son.
Hey, that's why I get paid the big bucks, Your Honor.
Over 1,000 people throughout our nation have been suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you are one of those people who are going through that problem, then now it's the time to get help. Don't let drugs and alcohol ruin your life.
Next time on The Judge.
Our rainbow has become a turncoat.
A yuppie daughter sues her hippie parents for custody of her 15-year-old sister.
I want her to be able to exist in the real world instead of some commune.
But is this buy into the good life really just a big sellout?
A world of designer drugs, designer muggings, and designer exploitation.
That's not fair.
Now, let's not get out of order here.
Coming up next time on The Judge.
I've seen her here many times before, but I forgot all the right things to say.
I'm too old to be smitten. Besides, it's not fitting for me to be looking his way.
Come again.
It's a good time. Well, who knows?
For the great taste.
Okay, here goes. Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
No.
Everybody knows the Honda Civic has always been a practical car, but would you know one if you saw one? That was then. This is now. Honda introduces the new Civic. It has more doors, more comfort, and more advanced engineering. Then, now.
We don't need bigger computers. We just need answers faster.
You can get answers faster from the computers you have with ADR Performance software.
I want to put a lid on our computer costs. But can we stay competitive?
You can stay competitive with the computers you have with ADR Performance software.
Our computer costs have quadrupled. I wish I could say the same for our profits.
You can control your computer costs with ADR Performance software.
For more about the topics seen on The Judge, send a stamped self-addressed envelope to this address.
All rise.
Oh, no. Remain seated there. We've been through far too much together to stand on formality. Now, I know we'd all like to get this hearing over with, but first I'd like to take a moment to thank you, Mr. Bryan. That was quite a move you put on out there in this courtroom. And I'm sure we all want to send our thanks to Louis. I've called the hospital, and they've taken the bullet out, and he's in satisfactory condition. Mr. Hellman, thank you, sir. Mr. Gerard, thank you so much. Keith, I have now to decide what to do with you, don't I? You've admitted your guilt, and I believe maybe you understand the consequences of your crime, don't you?
Yes, sir. I know I was wrong. I'm sorry. I really am.
I'm glad to hear that, and I think you saw firsthand with Patrick Casey that once you start down the wrong road, it's awfully hard to come back. I'm going to give you 1 year of probation. Let me tell you, If you break or even bend the law during that time, you'll go to the youth authority. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good.
Your Honor, what's going to happen to that guy?
Patrick? Yeah. He's a very sick young man. I don't think he'll be going back to prison. He'll be in the care of the state hospital for a long, long time.
You seem so sure he was innocent.
Well, he's had 5 years to convince himself of that, but there were 2 eyewitnesses and a mountain of evidence against him. He was guilty. Anything else, Keith?
No, Your Honor. Just... Well, I don't mean this the wrong way, but I hope I never see you again.
I know what you mean, son. Just be good and you won't. And thank you again, Mr. Bryan. Thanks so much. That's all. This court stands adjourned.
This is Joanne Palmer. Looking for something to start your day with? Then tune in every morning at 6 o'clock for the Channel 8 Morning News.
Coming up, it's an uncertain beginning for Ben and Lizzie. Stay tuned for Ryan's Hope next.
Over 1,000 people throughout our nation have been suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you are one of those people who are going through that problem, then now it's the time to get help. Don't let drugs and alcohol ruin your life.